This is your Barbados Today morning news update for Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Williams. First, it was Trinidad. Now, it's over to Jamaica. The Barbados National Terminal Company Limited, BNTCL, is now getting oil from Jamaica's Petrojam Limited. This follows the closure last November of the country's previous provider, Trinidad's Petrojam. BNTCL Chairman Alex McDonald says they received several quotations and during the process were able to negotiate a better deal. He says the price of fuel could have been higher if this wasn't done.
It was much more competitive than the Petrotrin deal. The Petrojam price, I can't remember the actual number, and I wouldn't want to tell you what the number that we negotiated for. But what the closure of the Petrotrin refinery did was allow us to actually get into a position where we could be very competitive. Now, the quantities of oil that and the quantities of fuels that we bring in the scheme of the global mandate or the global makeup are very, very small. So typically what we buy it for is the global price plus a premium. So depending on your consumption, the premium is lowered. So countries that use a lot of fuel pay at the global price. Countries that don't use a lot in this global scheme pay the global price plus a high premium. One of our mandates was to lower that premium. Unfortunately, the price of oil has been going up and down in the recent past, and the mechanism has been very quick to adjust. So the average person would not have seen the benefit of the deal that we had struck, but I can tell you, had we not gone to this point, the price of fuel would be much higher.
Prime Minister Mia Mottley is cautiously hopeful about talks in Bridgetown this week between representatives of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and opposition leader Juan Guaido. The discussions are being mediated by representatives of Norway, with Barbados acting as facilitator. Mottley has maintained that dialogue rather than military intervention is needed to end the Venezuelan crisis, and insists that the Caribbean should remain a zone of peace. Yesterday, she told the media that the process will take both time and patience.
We are happy to be able to facilitate those discussions here that are being led by and facilitated by the government of Norway, and that involves both sides. I think Barbados has always had a reputation of a country whose foreign policy has been consistent, that we are friends of all, satellites of none, that we stay above the fray, and that we seek to bring about peace wherever we can. And this is a matter that requires the utmost patience, so it's not something that you should be asking me or anybody about on a daily basis. Let the people talk. And when you have deep divisions, it takes time, and I have every confidence in the government of Norway being able to do what CARICOM has wanted done since January in our conversations together.
Controversy has erupted in the Yellow International Bashment Soca competition, and it could see one of this year's joint winners refusing to defend his crown. We get the details from Barbados Today's Karim Smith.
Well, SK, real name Romario Cave, on Sunday said he was not upset about having to share the crown with well-known artist King Bubba. The hours following revealed a growing level of discontent about how the night unfolded. On social media, fans continuously questioned the decision-making of judges, arguing SK's performance of hit song Reverse was unmatched. It was also suggested promoters had not made sufficient provisions for a tied result. In fact, SK's agent Jamal Belgrave, better known as Pompidou, reported the team was left feeling slighted when King Bubba's entourage was allowed to make off with the first place trophy. The agent said organizers threatened to have him removed from the venue when he demanded to know why King Bubba, who reportedly left early to perform overseas, appeared to be receiving preferential treatment. So annoyed is the agent with the treatment, he revealed his artist, a first-timer, was contemplating forfeiting his right to defend the crown. Belgrave took his criticism a step further by questioning whether possible conflicts of interest existed in relation to sponsorship and the judging process. Meanwhile, director of 4D Entertainment Rudy Maloney told Barbados Today he would not be caught up in arguments on social media, but lauded his team for rolling out a successful competition. Kareem Smith for Barbados Today.
The geriatric hospital was yesterday hit by strike action. Reports indicate that the industrial dispute revolves around a 24-hour polyclinic service at another government-run facility. Barbados Today's Colville Muncie reports.
Nurses were moved from the state-run geriatric hospital to the Winston Scott Polyclinic, where they're primarily dealing with urgent care. In all, 14 of them, mostly volunteers, made the transition to the round-the-clock system at the polyclinic. Now, those who have been left behind at the Beckles Road Bridgetown Health Facility are concerned that they're being disadvantaged, and those who've been moved would be replaced by lesser qualified nursing assistants. There's also the concern of exploitation of junior staffers. When Barbados Today visited the facility, staff members confirmed that numbers of nurses were off the job. Attempts to reach Minister of Health Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic were unsuccessful. And Deputy General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Wayne Waldron, would only state that the matter was being looked into. Reporting for Barbados Today, I'm Colville Muncie.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
In Grenada, a controversial video has sparked debate about acceptable behavior in public and the right to privacy at certain events. The video posted on social media on Sunday shows a male and female in a compromising position aboard a cruise boat. We get the details from GBN TV News.
Social media has been abuzz over a video which went viral involving an incident on a weekend cruise. While whether the couple actually engaged in intercourse is debatable, another aspect of the discussion is whether or not the person who recorded the video did so in what was considered public space. Attorney Ruggles Ferguson says the law clearly defines public and private space.
If you are in a public space, no, if you are a situation where you are actually in a public space, valid the act, that's certainly an issue that would arise. And the act itself has very stringent provisions, fines of up to $200,000. And but of course, those are maximum fines. The court would have to take into consideration that if somebody is charged under the act.
And finally, Iran has passed the uranium enrichment cap set in its 2015 nuclear deal. It's the second time in a week that it made good on a promise to reduce compliance with the international pact following the US's unilateral exit last year. Yesterday's announcement came amid growing frustration in Tehran over a failure by the landmark Accord's remaining signatories to deliver on its promised economic benefits.
It is the boldest step Iran has taken so far in its choreographed campaign to reduce compliance with the 2015 nuclear deal. On Sunday morning, it announced it would start enriching uranium to higher levels than allowed under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action.
In a few hours, the technical process will come to an end and enrichment above 3.67% will begin. Tomorrow, when the IAEA takes a sample, the level will be higher.
Iranian leaders warned for months if the international community did not help their country reap the benefits guaranteed in the JCPOA, it will no longer honor its commitments. The level of enrichment isn't clear, but senior leaders have suggested it could be as high as 5%, even 20%, still far from the 90% needed for weapons-grade uranium. There has been a flurry of diplomatic activity in recent weeks with meetings of the United Nations Security Council and the JCPOA Commission in Vienna. There was hope that an injection of cash into Instex, a European bypass to U.S. banking sanctions, might convince Iran not to roll back cooperation.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izube Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Carol Williams. Have a good day.